What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now, after about 300,000 hours of trying to get this microphone to work in a boxing match with Toby, because I believe he's the reason it wasn't working, we managed to finally get it working, and I can begin this commentary. And unfortunately, we go 1-0 down. We go into halftime, 1-0 down to Crystal Palace, or just Cry is their little abbreviation. I love that. I love that. I mean, you can just taunt your opponents, just like Cry 1, opponents 0. You know, it's just, yeah, I like that abbreviation, okay? And, yeah, so we were 1-0 down. Things needed to happen quickly, and the big man himself, Osvaldo, is just crushing bitches left and right. He is doing a monster job at striker right now, and, you know, I have to admit, and, it was a guy who called Ossie Ogul, or however, yeah, screw that name, was like, you know, Osvaldo scored 6 goals and 1 assist in 6 games for you, sorry. How can you complain about his price? And I apologize, I couldn't actually put up that particular, comment on the screen, but that's because for some reason my screen capturing software actually was just being a bit of a bitch, so I apologize for that. But anyways, yeah, that was yeah, that's a fair point. You know, I guess, you know, you kind of take those sort of things for granted, but he is actually scoring a lot of goals for me, so I have to show a little bit of respect for him. But god damn it, Lallana there just absolutely finesses that into the far left-hand side and makes the keeper look like a mug. And he's, you know, he's a bit of a skinny white guy, but still, I demanded he does the Balotelli celebration and, you know, claps his way off the field there. A very solid comeback. You know, I have to admit, so far we've had a fair few comebacks, and to win that 3-1, it was a very much needed win. To beat Crystal Palace like that, we really did need that. And, you know, it was a rebound goal that they scored, so if we were to lose that game, I would have been pretty pissed off. But yeah, that is that's how the sort of game went down. Pretty happy with that. I needed the 3 points. And let's talk a little bit more about some of the other comments. So we're about to look at some of the scouting that I've been doing recently, or the scouting I'm going to be doing, because if you guys remember correctly, the scouts were just, I think I made the instructions just a little too intense. But this guy here, Henning Lubbers, says that other players that are on there last year, their contract are Lewandowski, Diego, Honda, Matuidi, and Gomez. But you can also tell your scouts to look for players that are first team quality and have 1 year left on their contract. So, you know, that's some really good advice there from Henning, so I appreciate that. And you guys will see that I actually do swap up some of the instructions on my scouts because it needed to be done, you know. As you can see, I had pacey, I had promising, and I had strong, and I believe I had a max age limit of 26, and I think maybe it was the scouts or something, they just weren't coming up with the goods. I wasn't getting any info back, and I really just needed to change something up, and you guys will see shortly that, you know, I do that. I change up the instructions. It wasn't necessarily to what this guy recommended, because I'd read this comment after I had recorded the gameplay, but, you know, it is something along those lines. I obviously, like him, spotted that something needed to be changed, and something just needs to go down. I looked at purchasing a new scout, but I wasn't really feeling that was necessarily the issue. It was more of my instructions that I was giving out, and not to mention the fact that the scouts that I have right now, they're okay. They're not amazing, but I definitely think that you know, I could do better. As you can see, 64 days I've scouted this particular instruction. I've got 0 players found, so it's definitely something to do with that. And here we are. We're in the instructions bit. We needed to create something new, and I was a little bit unsure of which one to go for. You know, I do like my players to be a little bit pacey. At the moment, I am looking for some first team quality. We've already got the likes of Mayer there. We've got Ward as well, who is also really good, young as well, potential. And we've just got plenty of young players, if you will, or plenty of players that are really going to develop into something special. But you know, you guys know, let's be honest, guys, the way to beat the CPU, you got to have a bit of pace on your side. Now, that is actually kind of contradicted when you look at the likes of Osvaldo. He is just being a goal scoring machine for me, but still, I think he needs to partner up with someone that is quick, and that's why recently the Mayuka Osvaldo combination has been working so well. I've been really happy with the way that's working out. Mayuka has just been so fantastic since he's come back. Definitely worth that 1 million recall price. Yeah, overall, just really happy with him being back. Him and Osvaldo have made for a really nice combination. One thing I have to say, though, is that my center midfield is where it's kind of lacked a little bit of strength, but that's mainly due to my fault again. I've been playing too many young players players who just simply aren't ready for the challenge. I need to make sure that I play the players of like Gaston Ramirez first, and then bring on likes of Mayer and things like that, maybe on at halftime if we're doing well, things like that. So I have to make sure I secure the victory first instead of worrying too much about getting these players' ratings up. So I guess that's my sort of thought, and as you can see here, we had a game against Manchester United, and the first thing I did was bring on Gaston Ramirez, and I played this squad. It looks, you know, a strong squad in my opinion. I was tempted, do I bring Ward out and bring on Schneiderlin? But I think I end up leaving him on, and you know, that's an okay decision in my opinion. I think that's all right. Cork is another player who I think, you know, he looks like he could become someone quite good, but I just don't have any room for him in the squad, so he could be a player that might leave during the January transfer window. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But one guy here from Darren Milligan said, he said, no harm, but you should go back to professional for now. So he's obviously thinking, you know, the step up to world class is just a little too much. And I say that just as Thiago Silva, you know, he's transferred over to Manchester United, scores a header on me, and that is just an absolute bitch. And I'm not going to lie, the Manchester United defense looks pretty tasty with Thiago Silva in there. So they've definitely made some nice signings in there. They're still playing the likes of Fletcher, though. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but, you know, if they want to play him there, then so be it. But that right there is the quality of Javier Hernandez. That chip over my keeper has got to be one of the nicest finishes I've seen. But Ramirez pings one out there, hits the crossbar, keeper saves it. But that's what I like to call some EA cheese. And it is 2-1 at the moment, going into halftime. Look at that possession stat. Oh my god, I had 37% possession, but please, you guys, you just don't look at that, okay? But yeah, things were looking good. Osvaldo there turns and beats De Gea at the post, at his near post, for a stunning goal on his left foot as well. Really, really happy. A bit of the shush. Old Trafford can pipe down because we just bagged a banging goal. Balotelli celebration to end that nice combo. The shush to Balotelli celebration combo, a favorite of mine. But Osvaldo there makes it 2-2. I was so happy with that. I was like, I can't believe we've come back here. If I could get 1 point at Old Trafford, I would be very happy, and it would certainly show this Darren Milligan guy that professional is not needed. But guys, I honestly think that I don't need to go down to professional. I just think that you gotta give me a bit of time to make sure I get used to things, and yeah, once that's done, it'll all be gravy. I have to admit, one thing I did notice about Man United is their players went down very easily, but this there was a straight up penno. No two ways about it. In fact, I would have given myself a red, but I actually ended up not getting a red, fortunately. But that was a penalty in the 90th minute. I didn't know, guys. Do you think I could have left him? But I honestly think he would have just burned my defenders and scored anyways. Anyways, it was a penalty. Robin Van Persie steps up. Can my keeper save it? No, he can't. Robin Van Persie way too clinical there on the spot. A nice penalty, and unfortunately we don't pick up any points away at Old Trafford. But you know, Old Trafford's a hard stadium to go to, and not to mention Manchester United are a hard team to beat. But that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, guys. I hope you did all enjoy it, and if you did, of course, leave a like and all that good shenanigans. One player I saw that you guys were all very interested in me signing is Bakali, but if you guys could make me sign one other player that isn't Bakali, let me know who that player is in the comments, in the description down below. I want to know who you guys think I should sign in this January transfer window. If you could have one player that I could sign. This lad here, it says that I should sign Azpaz from Liverpool to play up front with Mayuka. But that means, you know, Osvaldo's out of the picture. Let me know, guys, in the comments. Who do you think I should pick up? Thanks very much for watching. Have a cracking day. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.